is in
you,
the house.
Natalie?
Natalie has entered the building. She's connecting her audio by the wings. She's got to get in front of the angel wings. Now it's official.
Official.
Hello, Angel.
Super good morning from Minnesota.
Super good morning.
Good morning.
Well, I've been working on classes. I've been working on Zoom seminars. I'm setting up interviews with John DePass, Navra, Raphael, various other talk show hosts and celebrities that I've been watching, admiring. They're letting me interview them about their spiritual enlightenments. So that's going to come up soon. Did you guys take any notes from Tuesday's class?
Yeah. Just a second to take a book.
Somebody has their son in the room. She has her son in the room.
Just a second. My room is a little bit. Yeah, wait a moment.
Yeah,
Everybody breathe.
Yeah, that was my daughter, Rosanna. She's
Hi,
8,
Rosanna.
and
Angels are coming our way everywhere. So for now, it looks like
Yeah, my note here.
you got notes. Okay. For now, it looks like we're the class. And we are the,
Do you expect anybody else to come?
I'm open to possibilities, but since I'm looking at the Zoom with you guys, I'm not paying attention to social media. They'll have to figure it out on their own, unless they text me.
Yeah.
I have a question. Is the Zoom link you sent out in the emails still the same Zoom link that you just posted in the Facebook Messenger?
Just to be sure, use the one from Messenger.
Oh, yeah, because I was logged in on the one from the email, but it said you had another meeting in progress. So I just logged out of that and came into this one. Okay. And I told my friend Michelle about the class, and so she might join next week. So she
Yay!
did it before, like 25 years ago, her midwife told her about it, but she never really looked into it. But now she's more intrigued. So
Mhm. What I've been discovering is people who are telling me, you know, they get a little pride and they get filled up and they go, well, I've been doing urine therapy for 30 years. I've been doing urine therapy for 40 years. I said, great. How come your health sucks? You need to step it up or start it again. Because there's a lot of people who've been there, done that kind of mentality. Oh yeah, I started this 30 years ago. I said, yeah, but why didn't you keep it up? And the folks who maintain this practice every day, it becomes a lifestyle. It becomes a way of life. It's so integrated. You wouldn't think twice about wasting it. And so you're around it somehow, even if you just decide to just like some falls in your hand and you wipe it on your face, you make a connection with it as often as you can.
Yeah.
Now, where you get really clever is when you go public and you got to pee.
Yeah, then it's like,
Well, keep a jar. I keep a jar about this size, a little bit smaller with a screw top lid in my car. Or you can get something that collapses, something that you have available. So you can just either go out in nature or run into a bathroom or wherever you need to. So you go, okay, at least I didn't give it to the toilet.
yeah, at least it's not a waste. At least it's
It's-
recycled somehow.
So ask a question. Let's just get started. Let's jump in. Do you have a question or do you have an answer to a question?
Well, I was kind of thinking about like some notes I took and stuff like that, and I wanted to ask you, like, is there any specific foods that people can eat that can make their urine like after it picks up on the like flavor and everything be more like effective when, like, for example, people doing urine showers or stuff like that?
You want it to taste better, look better, smell better?
Yeah. I mean, to have more effects, because I kind of experimented with that as a vegan and also eating like raw eggs and raw milk and these things.
Okay, the optimum diet is fruit,
Mm-hmm.
fasting. If you had a pyramid shape about ideal diet, it's nothing to do with the the chart you got from your country. You start off with, you start at prana, and then you go into urine fasting, and then you come into fruit, and then you go into live foods, and then you'd hit vegan, and then you hit vegetarian, and then you hit a combination of everything else. It all depends on what vibration, what kind of food you resonate with and vibrate with. Because ultimately, your guidance is going to say, well, eating is optional. I'm just going to eat what feels good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was a vegan for 2 years, and I mean, for me personally, it didn't work out. And but I had different experiences. Like when I drink raw milk, and I urinate a lot after drinking raw milk. And then if I put it all over myself, like a urine shower or something, I feel good, but I don't feel like anything special. But I found out that like if I drink 10 raw eggs, and afterwards I take that urine and put it all over me, I feel extremely peaceful, like I never felt in my life from almost anything else physically that I did.
Yeah. And when it comes to the food path, it's individual.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I was thinking that like, just a moment.
It's a song, it's a dance, it's a joy, joy, joy. And quick, safe, shameless promotion. Pick up a copy today of Manual for Urine Therapy Teachers and Therapists. You can get an autographed copy by the author who's looking at you right now, or you can get the last Urine Therapy Classic, Healing Water from Within, same author, Brother Sage. These books are available either by Amazon, either in a paperback copy or a ebook copy, or you can get it directly from the author, either as a color, digital, PDF version, or an autographed copy shipped anywhere in the world if you want to pay the shipping, or free in the United States for a mere $25. So that's the end of that commercial. And we're going to have these classes every Tuesdays and Fridays up until June the 11th. And we're also having, I represent the Shivambu organization here in Colorado. It's a ministry and a mission to educate and bring the awareness of Shivambu and the Shivambu way of living to humanity. We're having a Zoom World Urine Therapy Zoom conference call number 10 coming up on the 17th of April. And the next one after that's going to be May 1st. Classes are held on Tuesdays and Fridays. And anybody who wants to have a conversation that matters with Brother Sage, you know how to reach me. So there you go. Natalie and Nicola, we're going to stop the recording now.
One of my cousins called me, and they said that they know a woman who is a neighbor, and she cannot urinate at all. And she just gave birth some times ago, literally like maybe 10-15 days ago. And they are eating, the person is eating only like fruits and vegetables. And so they called me and they asked me what to do. So I said like, oh, I'm in the middle of a lecture. Let me ask the teacher.
Yeah, if somebody cannot urinate, if someone cannot urinate because it's either a man who's got a swollen prostate, a woman with some kind of pressure on the urethra, for whatever reason they can't urinate, provide yours.
Oh,
or get someone in the immediate family who's a blood relative to provide their urine for her therapy.
Yeah,
and also I would also get her on doing urine enemas and douching vaginally with urine.
What does that mean, douching? I don't know.
You get a bag similar to a urine bag, a enema bag. It's kind of like soft plastic, soft rubber. All right. And douching means instead of inserting it in the rectum, you insert it in the vagina, and then all the urine goes up into that area.
Yeah, no.
And I'd have her drinking it. I'd have her someone massaging her kidneys. I mean, there's a lot that can be done. Injections will speed up the process. If you know anybody who knows how to give a urine injection.
Yeah, I don't know. Like my place here, people don't really do that, but sometimes somebody would maybe maybe woman that is doing yoga or something, she would pop up in a magazine and kind of like sensation, like, oh wow, she's using urine on the face. but otherwise, like people think that that's mentally something wrong with person here.
Okay, here, my friend, you're gonna have to think outside of your limitations. We got to think outside our box. You're looking for a
Yeah.
woman who practices yoga, or she's a naturopath, or does Ayurvedic diagnosis, and happens to have been trained in nursing.
Mm-hmm.
Or you get an enlightened nurse. I mean, you'll find someone if you put your wheels in motion.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a many amazing women out there. So
Or
there is
you'll watch a YouTube and you'll figure out how to insert a needle in someone's thigh.
yeah.
It scares
I mean-
people. It scares people. I'm gonna put a needle in my body.
Yeah. Well, I kind of do believe like in twin flames and that people like should have like everything together and these things. So yeah, I guess everybody have their own twin flame that they should find.
So did you understand how I answered that question?
Yeah, I understood it.
Because they want to know what you thought they should do.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell them the information. But
You want to go over
Yeah.
let's go over some of the other questions you had answers for. You still got your list?
well, I didn't wrote those.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
go ahead.
I have them written down. Let me ask one or two, okay?
Okay.
Well, number one, what does the statement Shivambu alchemizes anything it touches mean to you?
Well, to me, it means like a purification process. It means that urine has a healing, transformative energy that can take things from its degenerative state to its originally healthy state, and that yeah, like it just changes everything it touches.
Yeah, and that whatever it touches gets purified and it becomes Shivambu.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. Good answer. Number two, what does the term Shivambu is an intuitive medicine mean to you? How to explain Shivambu as an intuitive medicine?
Well, I was actually working at a farm, and I saw like cows that are drinking their own urine, and like different animals. I also saw like YouTube clips that they're drinking their own urine. So I think that's just very good term for like returning to nature, to observing our own selves, to follow our natural instincts. Because one of the reasons why animals are way healthier than us, people like to insult others and say like, oh, you're like such a cattle. And I like to say, oh, thank you. You know, they don't go to hospitals, you know. But
Yeah, I know. I go to dog parks all the time, and their meet and greet is a lot different than humans meeting each other. We don't sniff each other's butts, do we?
Yeah.
I mean, they come up and they go, all right, you're a man, you're a girl, you're in heat, you're cool. Okay, let's play.
Yeah. Yeah, they
So-
don't need certificates or nothing. Like they have real like practical observational skills.
It doesn't take them long to profile somebody. Okay, I know what you're about. I know what you're about. So an intuitive medicine means that you're not following tradition, you're not following superstition, you're not following rules or dogma when it comes around using your own water. Your intuition says when, your intuition says how, your intuition even tells you when not to. So that's intuition instead of using your thinking process.
Yeah, that's maybe the original way of thinking. Like people in nature, like there is still tribes. Like for example, I think in Brazil, there is one tribe that they are not using any numbers or languages or like any kind of written things down, but they communicate through the sound. And like if they want to catch a bird, they will like sing like a bird, and bird will come to them or something. And if they wanna talk to each other, they talk to each other in like relation to animals or something. So
Okay, good. Well, I wanted you to understand these answers because people will be asking these questions that come into your life. The more you're involved with urine therapy, I mean, if you go deeper down this rabbit hole and become doing what I'm doing, you want to be able to answer people right away. So if they start saying, well, I was told you should only drink the midstream and not the head or the tail of the urine, or that you shouldn't drink aged or use aged in your nose. I mean, they have all these dogma around using something which doesn't require dogma.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like urine isn't something that's like a prayer or something, because it's visible, it can be observed, it's a physical substance, and people can actually see what the truth is. There is no like dogmatic beliefs about it.
No. Isn't it about time we had loving ourselves and healing ourselves made easy?
Yeah. Yeah, about time.
And because I've been using this every day, I've saved a fortune on buying vitamins and supplements and hair products and shampoos and conditioners and deodorants, foot products. I mean, I don't buy any products anymore. It's been great.
Yeah. Like I used for some time like this thing that I bought, like vitamin D, for some time, and after maybe, I don't know, a few weeks of use or something, I started to have extremely bad like kidney problems, and then I stopped. And there is like one YouTube channel called Stray Rich, and he has like ex-vegan testimonies and stuff like that. And people, I mean, they're talking about if veganism worked for them or didn't and things like that. But also, there was one guy there who said that he was doing a colonics after consuming a lot of like supplements, and he was looking at the tubes, and he saw like how is it called, that green algae,
Algae? Was it
spirulina? Yeah.
Spirulina.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he saw like spirulina going like to the tubes and all these other supplements, like getting directly from his liver and kidneys and everything. And he's like, I'm never gonna use this in my life, you know?
Well, I worked as a nutrition consultant to 6 major health food stores during my time, and I was a major nutrition master teacher and marketer and salesperson. And I got down into the whole of the manufacturers of all these products and found out there's a lot of dirty secrets they don't tell the public. And spirulina is harvested, is man-made, cultivated. It's not out in the oceans in Mexico and Israel like it once was. It's all man-made, which means a lot of it is contaminated. A lot of it has toxins in it, and it's not the healthy algae that it once was.
Yeah, and also like there is this guy named Arjun's Wonder Planet, and he was saying that I think that they're putting something like the term of that is kerosene or something like that inside of every pill and everything they make, and then people literally can get poisoned for something that it has on a label 100% natural. Well, it is a natural, because
right. And the vitamin D that you have, I can pretty much guess that it's a synthetic or an isolated form that's been stripped out of a plant.
Well, they say that they took it from a wool or something.
Well, the trouble with isolating is it does not have the cofactors that make the plant work so well. Like if you take vitamin C out of an orange, you don't have all the bioflavonoids and all the nutrients that were built in it for the first place. And that's why it's always better to eat an orange.
Yeah, that's also like when people are getting scurvy and they can take like a huge amount of vitamin C, like they wouldn't have the same exact benefits as if they took like a paprika, which is like a king of vitamin C.
Or bell peppers.
Like for example, here in Serbia, there are people who have like donkey farms, and if they like, and we actually have a nomadic people that are going like from place to place, like homeless people with like 1,000 sheep everywhere, and some donkeys and stuff. And like in the winter time or something, if they don't have any plans to eat or something, like they discover that donkey milk is very high in vitamin C, so they can drink that and they can like, I guess, not get scurvy or those problems.
Yeah. See, there's folklore everywhere. There's answers to health everywhere. Let me ask you another question. Briefly explain what is meant by the holistic health model or the 4 pillars of health, and why keeping these 4 pillars of health in balance is important to a Shivambu lifestyle. Do you remember what the 4 pillars are?
I don't know really.
Mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual. These are the 4 aspects of you and me. So if you're just doing Shivambu, but your diet is filled with junk food and poisonous foods, it's going to take you a lot longer to get better. If you're doing Shivambu, but you have misery in your soul and you have a negative attitude, it's going to take a lot longer. If you're doing Shivambu, but you have no spiritual connection, see where I'm going?
Yeah, like a human being is a holistic creature, and I like to like say that, like, for example, because of my Orthodox Christian like country tradition, I like to say that like prayer is my like spiritual breakfast, and then I go and I maybe crack some raw eggs or something, and that's like my physical breakfast. And then I can eat some motivational books or something, like the things that you're writing, or some other books that I have, and that's like a mental feeding, the mental stimulation of information. So yeah, I think that people, there is a lot of people who are thinking in a ways of modern medicine, like, oh, take this pill and everything else will be fine. You can continue smoking and drinking or whatever, but it's a complete transformation of the soul of the people. Like, okay, maybe I can say something from the Bible. Like in the Bible, it says that people are changed by the renewing of their minds, which means that they need to change complete, like a world view, which includes themselves too. So like everything needs to be different.
Everything has to be improved. Yep.
Yeah.
And that also means the relationships we keep. You got to hang out with people who lift you, people who feed your soul, not the people who are depressed, people who are drugged out, people who are, hate themselves. You got to hang out with the right people.
Yeah, that's very important. I learned that on a hard way, very hard way.
Well done. Okay, next question. Why is Shivambu considered what I call an evolutionary water?
Well, in my opinion, it's because people don't really age. People cannot age. People can only like improve themselves and get better over time. So, like for example, women like to say that if they have like some points on their eyes or something, it's because they earned it by smiling so much over the years, and so they can like over time improve and get better, and like life is an evolution, like from the baby to old person.
Well, in here we're talking about the water. The reason I call it evolutionary water because it evolves the moment you collect it. It's growing in potency. It's what people call aging, and Harry calls aging. I say it's evolving, and it's becoming more potent by the minute.
Yeah. That kind of, maybe I was a little bit off the topic, but that kind of goes along with what I said. It's like if people don't age but they evolve, the urine does too, because urine is natural part of them. Everybody consumes urine.
Yes, and we all know people who are stuck in their growth and they're not evolving.
Yeah.
They're still living in the 1980s or wherever their brain's at, and they haven't caught up with everything.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do you have any idea of what kind of nutrients are in this water?
Well, I know that there is like 3,000 components. I know that there is like a circulation of cholesterol, and that's why like Indian people use it, because they're like on a vegetarian diet, and if they use it, they can keep their sexual hormones on the rise and produce and like give in a good mood. Also, there is a stem cells, which is the things that all the organs are made out of, and urea, which is very good like for skincare and for cleaning things inside out. Ammonia, which is also very good for like cleaning the clothing and all this other stuff, and also washing the teeth. And what else? Yeah, like
magnesium.
Magnesium, yeah.
Calcium.
Yeah.
Phenylalanine, tryptophan, alginine, ornithine. Let's see, serotonin, melatonin, oxytocin, DHEA. Let me read some of the ingredients here, just to highlight some of these power nutrients that's in your water. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. These are some of them. There's thousands, so I'm not going to list them all. These are like the popular ones. Adrenaline, alanine, albumin, allotin, antibodies. Now, allantoin is also in aloe vera, the aloe vera plant. All right, you got amino acids. There's your protein right there. arginine, ascorbic acid, which you'd get from a vitamin C source, like an orange, bicarbonate, biotin, calcium, carbohydrates, choline, cortisone, creatine, cysteine, DHA, dopamine, enzymes, you heard that? Estrogen, folic
Yeah.
acid, glucose, glutamic acid, melatonin, methionine, nitrogen, ornithine, phenylalanine, progesterone, testosterone, urea, all kinds of vitamins, and zinc.
Yeah. Yeah, rich drink.
So
Yeah,
when people come up to you and say, well, I can't seem to sleep, I'm having difficulty with stress. Well, if you've done your nutritional studies, like some people have, and they know that magnesium is great for getting the muscular system and the contraction of the heart, the bowel, wherever the
Yeah.
muscles are in the body, B vitamins and so forth. And you can say, well, if you drink it, it has what your body needs to relax. And then you can list that or not.
Yeah. Can that maybe be that's what I was saying before, asking before, like can that be maybe improved? Like for example, if people need more magnesium and if maybe they don't absorb as much from the food because their metabolism is slow or whatever, can they like eat the food and then like they will obviously pee something of that out? Can they later on drink that and have like double effect?
I would say you're going to have more than double effect because you got the combination in the synergistic blend of 3,000 components, which is going to make it very powerful. Which is the
Yeah.
opposite of what I said earlier about an isolated or a synthetic nutrient. That's only one of all the nutrients in the plant.
Yeah. Yeah, they like to, state likes to portray that like they should take like all the roles like in a society, like, oh, we don't have to raise kids anymore at home, we can send them to schools or kindergartens, or like you don't have to teach people how to train or something, you can go to like gym or something. But yeah, like they do the same with nature, like you don't have to eat a whole food anymore, just to take this pill and you're immortal. And that's what they are trying to do with RFID chip and all these other things to promote immortality. And people are gonna fall for it because of that.
You're going to notice the more you get involved with urine therapy, people are going to start showing up out of nowhere and saying, oh my God, you're somebody who does this? I've been doing this on my own. I didn't know there was someone I could talk to about it.
Yeah. Yeah, people are looking at a taboo subject, but people who say that they never consumed urine, then I mean they had no kidneys ever in their life, so you know. But,
Yep.
It always retains some.
Baby steps. Did we talk about baby steps?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean I yeah, the thing that I'm trying, I kind of go like full force, you know, like
Like what? Saturation?
no, the first time I drank it, I didn't take a sip. I took like a full glass or something, and I almost vomited. And I was like, you know, this is disgusting. But then, like later on, people's taste change as they're getting healthier, and the truth comes out eventually.
Okay, instead of doing the whole chug like you did the first time, what was your next step? What did you do after the first one?
Well, after the first one, I waited a few days and I did another. I was like, okay, I am very disgusted at this one. Maybe it will be less the next time. And every next time I took, it was like, oh, it's not so bad, you know. But it isn't the same as, for example, people say you start to drink and then you start, to smoke and you start to cough, and then people are like getting to use over time. This actually made me feel better every time I use it. And that's how I knew. And I also felt that I had some very deep connection with myself. It's kind of like something reprogrammed inside of me that I never felt before.
At what point did you discover the protocols?
Well, I never did any protocols specifically. I was I have this urine therapy book here, but I don't know where it is at the moment. In my room.
When did you discover there was more than just drinking involved with this lifestyle?
Well, I read it in the book, and I was looking some videos and some vegans like they're drinking urine and sniffing it and drinking through their nose, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like, you know, like maybe I can try that. And then sometimes I go dizzy, sometimes I had to lay down, sometimes I like for example, the first time when I started drinking raw eggs, I drank 5 of that and get a headache so big, and I was very dizzy and I lay to sleep. and
That's two protocols, two protocols. If you're sitting around during the day, what you can simply do is dip your finger in it and give a sniff. You see, that didn't take anything and you didn't drip anything on the rug.
yeah, yeah, like I after drinking, I like start putting it in my ears and my eyes and everything. And I saw the protocol that people should do. Like there is one guy on YouTube who is promoting that, like to take like a drops and put it in your eyes like 3 times a day or something, and like your vision would be better. And I did it, and of all of people I know, like my like neighbors or whatever, I think I have the best vision now.
Well, nice, nice. Yeah, you can also do that when you're taking a bath or a shower while the bathtub's filling up, is bring your Shivambu into the bath area with you and just start pouring over your eyes or pouring it in your ears and rubbing it in your hair. And you can knock out 5 or 6 protocols while you're waiting. And once you're done filling up the bathtub, whatever fell off your body, you're now doing a urine bath.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking, I don't know if there is any history of urine therapy in Egypt, but I know that in Egypt, like they used to shave babies' hair off until like 3-4 years, because they thought that they should be exposed to the sun, and then their skull is getting too strong and nobody can break it in times of war or something. So maybe they did that in combination with urine, so their hair is growing later on very like pretty, and maybe Cleopatra was so pretty because of that.
Yeah, I imagine, I mean, if you do any research, and I'd love you to do that, if you find any communities or teachings about urine therapy in Egypt, let me know. There's several people in Botswana, Nigeria, Kenya, and various places in Africa, some of those nations that I communicate with that are doing urine therapy. And there are communities in these areas. So I imagine Egypt is still part of Africa, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, and when you're talking about Black people, there is one guy that I learned a lot from. Also, his YouTube channel is Dave Murphy.
Dave
So
Murphy, yeah, he's
Yeah.
in England. He's in England.
Yeah. And I kind of pick up a lot of things from him too. So
Well,
yeah.
Dave, bless his heart, man. He's a flat earther. He's got his understanding about a lot of things that are controversial but are true. So
Yeah,
yeah,
like-
he's a fun guy.
a lot of things and stuff. Yeah.
And
yeah.
I want to interview him.
Oh yeah, that would be very good. Yeah. The first thing maybe you should ask him is like when the police stopped him the last time, because he's driving car and saying people that he's not a driver, because that's not the definition of like freedom of expressing your right to travel.
It is, and I'm not a driver either. What you're doing is you're operating a private machine and
Yeah.
taking it from point to point. You're not doing any commercial business.
Yeah, you're not like a bus driver or a taxi driver or none of those things.
Yeah. So yeah, let's get together with Dave Murphy. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that would be nice.
He's also known as Allegedly Dave.
Oh yeah, I heard it. Yeah, the guy is a legend. Like, what can you say? Him and Andrew Norton Weber. Yeah, those 2 guys. I learned a lot from them.
Yeah, if we can ever get Andrew Norton Weber to reappear in the physical, we don't know if he took off to Costa Rica and dropped off the grid, or if he's beamed off planet. I don't know what happened to him.
Oh really?
Yeah, the last we heard from Andrew Norton Weber is he produced a urine therapy conference in San Francisco, no, Sacramento, in like in 2013, 2012, and produced 1 or 2 more interviews and then disappeared.
Yeah, I bought like a Mega Home distiller, and I was kind of like on gallon of water a day when I was vegan, so that helped me very much. So yeah, that guy, like, I'm thankful to him for a lot of things too.
Yeah, every now and then go back to his videos. Good stuff.
Yeah.
And we're putting more and more content. I added some more videos on the Shivambu hut this morning. Did you join the hut?
I didn't join it yet. But,
Okay, well, it's a free membership. There's a guy who goes by the name of Lee Alkalize Realize, and he's with his community in Portugal. And he posted a video of giving massage on someone's head to a man with a brain seizure.
Mm-hmm.
And this is great for people who have neurological conditions, equilibrium problems, Alzheimer's, senility.
Mm-hmm.
And another video doing urine therapy massage. We put that on the hut this morning,
Mm-hmm.
those videos.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know much about massages, but I know that they are recommending things like to massage your hair slowly or something before you go to sleep. It's kind of like a good relaxation thing.
Yeah, that and the navel soak. Soak a cotton ball in urine and put it in your belly button.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that I
Did you read
Yeah, I
about
heard-
that? Did you read about that in the book?
no, I didn't took a book yet. Kind of
Ah.
because I kind of was a lazy student, but yeah.
Not a problem. Not a problem. This book is available for either Amazon or directly by email by me digital. So there's always ways to get it.
Okay. Yeah.
So the belly button has 72,000 nerve endings that was all connected to your mom with the umbilical cord. So when they finally cut the umbilical cord, what's left is all those exposed nerve endings. So when you put the urine in there, it helps go to the immune system. It helps go to the glandular system. It helps goes to the bowels and the intestines. It goes everywhere. Plus it helps calm people.
Mm-hmm. Would that be very good to do while mother is pregnant as well?
Mhm.
Like every night, yeah.
Yep. As well as when the baby's born. Somebody asked me the other day, is it okay to use urine therapy on a baby? I'm going, why would you ask such a question? The baby lived in its own pee for 9 months.
Yeah. Yeah,
It
it's
already
kinda-
knows. It already knows. And I mean, the concern about urine comes from the medical community. Why are people say, well, should I put it on my baby? Well, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, if they're like washing a baby with a soap that has a urea in it anyways, like you have your own urea and baby has their own as well. So,
Yeah. And there's nothing added to it.
yeah. I think I was one who asked you that because like
That
I
was you?
yeah. I think it was me. But yeah, I just wanted to like I don't know. I guess hear the confirmation or something. I don't know.
It's good to have these discussions because you're going to have people, like I said, they're going to show up in your life and they're going to make their comments and you're going to go, wait a minute, where did you get that idea from? Because
Yeah.
people come up and they'll say, well, it's a disgusting product. Urine is a waste product in your body. Why does your body eliminate it? And I said, well, where do you get that idea from?
Yeah.
Because most people, if you challenge them, they have no strong argument at all.
Yeah, that's like a cognitive dissonance. Like people are too attached emotionally to some subject that even if like the strongest possible evidence is to throw at them, they just run away and they're like, oh, everybody knows that you're ridiculous or something. So
Right. But other people will, you can almost see their mind pop open just a little bit. Well, what if he's
Yeah.
telling me the truth? What if he's telling me the truth?
yeah, small percent of the people.
I mean, they'll look at you and go, this guy is healthy looking. He seems strong. He's vital, good looking. What is he doing that I'm not doing?
Yeah, like for example, I know one woman who has tumors, and she's telling to me like, "Oh, you're so handsome, you're looking so good," and I'm like, "Well, I'm drinking raw eggs and eating raw food," and she's like, "You're gonna get sick," you know, and I'm like,
No.
"Yeah, like let's
Yeah.
see who goes to paradise first," you know.
Yeah, people are going to come around, eventually come around. When you're walking around, you know, your heart's wide open, you're feeling grateful, you have a great health, great life.
Yeah.
People are going to go, what is he doing? I want to know that.
Yeah.
So
The,
write a
uh,
book,
for example.
write a book, and then you can sell them your book.
Yeah,
This is
maybe
what I'm
sometimes in the future.
So you have a question?
Well, I understood what we talked so far. Yeah, like people just just have to be more open-minded, I guess, and explore new things. And like I know, for example, in my country, in Serbia, the communism taught people that everything is already discovered. You just have to blend in, and there is nothing more new to learn. And that was what was taught to me or while I was growing up. Or like, Nicola, why do you want to be so different? Like, and people actually ask me if I'm the best in something. Like, for example, I was champion of my town in chess. in my like elementary school group, they were like, why do you have to be the best in everything? I mean, not in everything, but in the things that I was doing. And instead of that, they should ask me like, why don't you want to be even better or something? Like people lack that support. That's what I think is crucial. And
Well,
some
how
people
good? How good are you at chess?
Well, my rating at the moment is like like 900, close to 2000. So I actually thought to give some chess classes and stuff, but I tried once, and I don't know.
The reason
I'll-
I ask is there's a roommate of mine who plays chess with people online, and he's sometimes playing 4 people at once.
Oh,
And
yeah.
people come over to play chess with him, and he wins most of the game. So I thought, well, if you were that good, maybe I'd put you two together.
Yeah, maybe we could play and drink urine cheese afterwards, like. Yeah.
Yeah, however you do that. I'm sure there's a place you can both meet where you can electronically play chess against each other.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
there is, because he goes to that website every day.
Yeah, maybe. Is he from US?
Yep, he's from where is he from? Minnesota, Texas, South Dakota. I don't know. He's from the United States.
Yeah, we can go to like chess.com or League Chess or any kind of site. Play.
Wonderful, wonderful. Let's go into the chapters and pull out something here.
Mm-hmm.
Clearing the mind, surveying a client, preparing for a session. How does it work? Are you familiar with the tongue scraping protocol?
Not really. I know that like Andrew Notter Weber, he was saying that one snake bite him, and he just peed on a cut and put like a few drops on the tongue and below the tongue and keep it for 20 minutes. But I don't know much more than that.
Well, he's right on that, because whenever I'm out in the backyard working on something now, there's an acre property that I'm living here with everybody here at Sanctuary Garden. And it's not uncommon. You get stung by a hornet, a wasp, a bee. They come out of nowhere. And I immediately get some pee, put it on there, and the sting,
Yeah.
the extreme sting goes away in about 5 or 10 minutes. And eventually the stinger drops out and it's over with in about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So the moment the bite is and your hand starts turning blue and purple and all this, you got to get on it right away so it stops it from spreading.
Yeah. I have here like my family is doing like a beehiving and stuff, and like bees like a lot of times sting me, and I'm like, not a problem, like pee and done, you know.
Sweet. So do you know what a tongue cleaner is? A tongue scraper is?
Not really.
It's usually made out of plastic. It's about this long, and it has a round section at the end with a hole in it. Hi, Natalie. Yeah, that's one version. Another version where it has a round opening to it with a little serrated bottom part, and you'd use it to scrape off that extra white film on the tongue, all that coating. Well, next time you do it, dip it in the urine, and then do a tongue cleaning with that device, Natalie.
Yeah,
And you're
mine's
not-
made out of copper. Mine's
Yeah, well-
copper.
Will it hold? Will it
Mhm.
hold enough urine for a little bit?
Oh, maybe I could try it. I've been
Yeah.
scraping my tongue for a few years because I learned that in Kundalini yoga practices. But then I think now that I know German New Medicine, though, now I'm like, maybe I don't want to scrape my tongue. I want to leave all that good bacteria there. And so I'm questioning it now, but
Well, if you use the tongue cleaner, the tongue scraper, what's going to happen is, and Nicola already knows this, it's going to alchemize the toxins on the tongue. So when you're finished cleaning off your tongue, you swallow everything. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I'm waiting for Natalie maybe to respond, but
It's okay. She'll come back when she comes back. Some of the protocols that I've been coming up with the last 3 years, people are starting to use, like the nebulizer and the diffuser.
yeah, I don't
You
know
know
what that's about.
You know what that is?
No.
All right,
You
let
know
me
what
pull one out. It looks something like this. This is what people use to take essential oils and they put it in the well in here. And then it turns into a steam or a vapor. And then the
Mhm.
small little particles are shot up in the air and it purifies the air just like that. Yeah. Does it have an opening?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, works very similar to the distiller, I guess.
Yeah, well, distiller keeps it all within its chamber. This shoots it out here, and then this steam or vapor, you can either just let it take the pathogens out of the room, or you can sniff it, put it on your face to exfoliate your face. I mean, use your imagination.
Yeah. Yeah, very
Okay.
very sounds very creative. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, yeah. And then there is this diffuser, which is a handheld. This is a handheld nebulizer that Harry and Matt taught me about. It looks about this size. It's about 4 inches.
Mhm.
And it has a soft rubber piece that comes out that you can either use it to inhale here, or you can get a little mask that comes with it and you can put it over your nose and mouth and bring it up your nose. Now, this is a fine mesh vapor, so it converts the liquid urine into a gas or a vapor. And so the particle size is so small that sometimes when you first start bringing it up your nose, you might gag or cough because a lot of the sinuses for people are dried out. They're dehydrated. So it
Mhm.
takes a while to get used to it.
So it makes it kind of alive.
It
Yeah,
turns
yeah,
it into a vapor.
yeah, what I know about wafer is that I read from the book that like if a person takes a urine and put it in some kind of a bottle or something and puts like on a fire to steam it up, people are actually recommending that before having sex because it's like waking up all the organs and everything, and then people are like going nuts on each other in the bedroom.
Hey,
I
if it
read
works, it works. I'm open to all possibilities.
Yeah, I read it from the book, so I don't know.
And people ask all kinds of questions on those Facebook groups. That one guy says, "Well, doing urine therapy, make me a better lover, or help me attract a lover." I said, "Dude, that's a personal thing. It has nothing to do with the Shivambu."
Yeah. Yeah, some people think that's like a mainstream media, like modern medicine kind of stuff. Oh, take this pill and you can fly like a Superman, you know? Like
Right. Or you take this pill and you have an erection for 4 hours. Now stay away from those.
Yeah.
So Natalie, she might be having Wi-Fi challenges out there. No telling what's going on. She's back.
No, I'm getting ready to go start driving for Uber. So I'm getting my food ready and stuff. So I just don't want to be distracting on the camera. So I just put my picture on
Oh, no problem. How long are you driving?
for like the next 10 hours, like I
10
do most
hours.
days.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
do you carry a pee jar with you?
Well, I brought my dropper with me, so I've been putting it under my tongue while I'm out working. I thought about that when I'm at the gas station to use my jar, because I have my canning jars with my lids on it, so it's easy to do. So like I said, I've just been collecting it for the last couple of weeks. I'm just getting going, and then now I'm opening. My mind is open from learning from you to realize all the different ways I can use it. So now I'm like, I don't want to waste a drop of it. So I'll take this with me today and collect it.
I brought that up. I made a video last year about how to transform a men's bathroom into a holy temple by doing urine therapy in the bathroom. And I ended up in a public bathroom in a downtown library in Boulder. And as I'm collecting my holy water, my Shivambu, I noticed that this is not the cleanest environment, and there's fecal matter on the floor, and there's probably hypodermic needles and graffiti, and it's it's like a drug den kind of vibe, right? And then I started to say a prayer, and I started to drink my Shivambu while I was in the men's bathroom, and the room became a sacred space. I couldn't explain it. I know when I walked away from that bathroom, it'll go back to the way it was, but for me, it was like I'm in the middle of a sacred act of drinking my urine, and the bathroom didn't mean the same to me. So I guess you can transform any situation. So carry your PJAR with you.
Yeah, people are saying that like all of us are just like how do they say, like a soul is having a human experience, so everything is like materialized energy, so everything has like invisible behind it.
The more you go down this rabbit hole, brother, the more you get involved with this lifestyle, the less and less are you going to have a thought pass through your mind that says, this is crazy. This is crazy. What was I thinking? Why am I doing this? They're going to criticize me. All that falls away.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm second.
What were you thinking? Are you crazy?
Yeah, like people have those kind of, well, just a moment.
People have all kinds of ideas, and a lot of it's based on misperception because they didn't do the research. They accepted readily what people told them was true. They never questioned it. And this is why humanity is in the state it's in 2021, because people have somehow turned off their ability to have critical thinking. And the moment you start using critical thinking, the moment you will realize that a lot of things are not true. But the things that are true will stand the test of time. They will not crumble, they will not bend, they will not be questioned.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. It's like truth is the only thing that people cannot argue with, and is the only thing that people that doesn't fear no investigation. So like that's my test of what's true and what isn't. It's like every time that state or whoever tells me, oh, you shouldn't go and you shouldn't like read that because that's forbidden or whatever, or this way of thinking is like bad or something, I'm like, what's behind that? Because like people use fear as a tool of control, and then yeah.
Well, insecure people will always try to lay rules on you. And if somebody starts to do that and you don't want to stop them in mid-sentence or challenge them for trying to override your willpower, I just simply say, noted, thank you for sharing. Just walk away, don't give them any power.
Yeah, those I think that those are called like spiritual vampires or something like that. Or they like suck a life out of you. It's like,
They will, yeah. And I've got a friend, I love her dearly. If somebody starts to pull that number on them, she will stand up and get in their face and say, how dare you try to tell me how to think, how to live my life? I said, you know,
Yeah.
that's going to be a lot of times you have to say that. You might as well stop now.
yeah, I mean, people really should take ownership of their lives. And there is like one thing, because I was kind of watching, if you heard about Jordan Peterson, like a big philosopher, he's talking about all the kind of stuff. And he said that like Carl Jung, like he said that man cannot mature until his father dies, but that can be taken as metaphorical. So it's like, as long as people see somebody else as a like the person that they can just get everything served on the plate and just eat it and be like kids, like they're never gonna mature, never gonna like say I am what I am, because they're not what they are. They're a copy of somebody else.
So the father represents like a metaphor for the father of all lies, the father of all false ideas.
Yeah. And also Carl Jung said that if your path is like easy, like clear, you're very likely to be someone else's.
Yeah.
Because,
well, my path is pretty easy and pretty clear, and I still get hiccups every day.
but you I guess also face some challenges and everything that you personally went through. It wasn't like everything is like carved for you just to go forward.
Oh
like
no, I wasn't born with that silver spoon.
Yeah, that's the meaning.
However, spiritually speaking, and according to the sovereignty rights as a living man and woman of the soil here on planet Earth, there is a fortune waiting for us when we figure out how to access it.
Yeah, I agree that there is a like the same way that Tesla called that he said that all of his information he received by some big ball in the universe that is like a source of all information. I think the same goes with the love and emotions, and like that's why people pray, and all these things. So
Yeah, well, he was right. Some people said he was an extraterrestrial and he got his ideas from, other beings. And it may be he came with the ability to tap into that, like an iCloud. Oh, well, here's the new invention. It's right here.
yeah, yeah. The most interesting thing is that he wrote that he is an inventor of any of his like things that he made. Like people say that he made like a time machine and everything, and all these things that like I guess it's forbidden to talk about.
Well, he made all those things and his inventions were about to be stolen by the dark forces, the deep state. And it just so happened that a gentleman who was close to him by the name of Trump, Donald Trump's uncle, got his hands on all Nikola's blueprints and inventions. And now Donald Trump has his hands on all those.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, take what you will out of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there is also this guy. What's his name? He talked about he talked about like aliens and these things. Peter or Philip Schneider. He was like missing 3 fingers, and he said he was like in some kind of a alien war, and that America and Russia and all these like states have like deep underground like facilities that they like I guess steal children or whatever. And later on, after he said it, he of course mysteriously died, and he found when they came to his apartment, he was wrecked into pieces in his like head was in one corner, leg in another, and very, very, very mysterious.
Man, it sounds like something allegedly Dave would be teaching.
Yeah.
He would tell us about the dome. He would tell us about the civilizations in the earth, the extraterrestrials fly in and out over in Brazil and in the south side of Hawaii. Oh yeah, there's a lot going on that we're not told about.
Yeah, ancient texts and everything. Yeah.
And then you start talking about it, they label you a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
So we lost Natalie here. Either that or she's just getting ready to go drive for Uber. So any last questions or suggestions for our next class? Or if you're unclear about anything we discussed the last 2 classes, now would be the time to bring it up.
Yeah, I'm still right here with you. I know I was at Mount Shasta camping one time, and my friend and I heard a luminarian running towards us with the loud footprints and then suddenly disappear. Very adrenaline rushing.
It is. I was doing a sweat lodge with my wife in Sedona. We lived there for 6 months. And it was Sun Bear was conducting the sweat lodges, and we had 7 sweat lodges built with about 50, 60 people. Well, what happened was we all walked out of the sweat lodges all about the same time. And as we started to collect ourselves, we noticed that there were 7 UFOs above our heads.
Oh,
and everybody experienced it, everybody saw it, and everybody was transformed, but we don't talk about it anymore.
Yeah, there was one time I remember I was in the town, and I like woke up in 3-4 a.m. It was like the weirdest thing I ever saw. I never saw something like that in my life ever. And I looked through the window, and there was like, in a moment that I looked, there was like a red line across the sky, like on like sky became red completely, like kind of like a zipper, like this, and like it disappeared. And I look at it, and I remember because I was younger, like I was like maybe 15, 16 in those days, and I came to my dad's room, and I'm like, "Oh, Dad, I saw UFOs, like aliens are there." And he's like, "No, you're just nuts. Go to sleep."
No, you're making it all up. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Like, people see those kind of things everywhere.
They do, and you're going to start seeing things because your eyes are opening up, and that also means that more dimensions are available to you. More understanding is going to come to your awareness, and you think you've seen good stuff now. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah. I mean, just people are saying that the UFOs and these things that are like made up story. But then what about like stargates, for example, stargates? Like
Stargates.
they have like in Egypt, like a pyramid, and there is like a wall or something or doors that behind that there is nothing else.
Mhm.
And like, why did they build that? And it's a similar all over the planet. So to say that like complete planet was made of nuts, I mean, what does make that people who say that we are conspiracy theorists, you know?
Well, where do you think the writers and producers of sci-fi movies get their material from?
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
used to
people-
say Steven Spielberg was working with the military and working with extraterrestrials. And that's how he wrote the movie E.T. and Close Encounters.
Mhm,
Get you to think one way or the other.
mhm.
So what would you like to discuss in next class? Or you have any more questions about what we've talked about for the first two classes?
Well, we kind of went like on the first class, we kind of went on like I'm looking at my notes here, like an overview of urine, and now like a little bit more specific. But yeah, maybe I don't know, like it would be very good if like somebody came to me, because people like to have specific answers. So like if somebody comes to me with, I don't know, kidney stone, I would like to know to say to them like, oh, you take this amount of urine and this amount of time and this time of day and stuff like that, and like correct some other things, and that should help.
Okay.
Because like if you tell somebody, oh, you're living wrong completely and you should change everything, like nobody's gonna do that. So they need
Well,
like,
that would be a whole consultation when you talk to people about how to achieve a balance with every part of their life. But what you're talking about, which is in this book right here, duh. Hey, let me see what chapter it is. So just so you'll know that. You're gonna get this book eventually.
yeah, I was planning to.
Okay, chapter 9, page 144 is called General Treatment Suggestions. Now, since we're not doctors and we're not trained medical personnel, we're not allowed to diagnose or prescribe. So we're calling these general treatment suggestions. Right? Someone comes up and they say, well, what, kidney condition? Is that what you'd mentioned?
Oh yeah, kidney stones.
Okay, first thing you want to get them into doing is drinking, foot soaks, because the foot soaks have all the reflexology points and all the widest openings of the skin surface. So that'll not only help the kidney, but the neighbor, the adrenal gland, which is right above it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd give them massages over the kidney area, which is their entire back, and possibly do some enemas.
Yeah,
I mean, the whole idea is when you study the protocols enough times, you kind of get an intuitive hit about this person needs to get on this and this and this. And 9 times out of 10, you're right.
Yeah, I was kind of reading a little bit of this book about like magical liver detox or something. There was this naturopath in US who got killed, and he was recommending like to juice some apples and like take like olive oil and stuff. But there's some people like who, for example, live in the mountains or something, who don't have access to that. So I would like to help like everybody for free, you know. I think
Yeah.
that would be bigger blessing.
And the people who understand how to identify wild plants, they'll go find some milk thistle, some silmarian. They'll find things that are good for the liver right there in their town or out in the wild.
Yeah, I also went to like one survival school, like only one class, but I'm planning to continue that. So I will get trained in that too.
Write down leilasun.com. LeilaSun.com. Leila Sun. She's a dear friend of mine, and she knows a lot about herbology, natural healing, and she's also she's a master empath. So she knows how to read people and help them get going on their healing journey. She's here in Colorado.
Yeah, I could contact her and see all the other sites from previous lecture. I wasn't checking the references yet, but
you reach out to her. She gives you the first consultation free. So see if she's a fit. This is the same thing I do with my clients. I tell them we do an initial consultation for 30 minutes. If you feel like we're a fit, we'll move forward. If you feel like we're not going to be a fit, that was it. We had a talk.
Yeah. Yeah, because like you also want to invest your time in something productive and they don't want to waste their money away. So like it's win-win like that.
Right. Perfect.
Yeah,
So we're
Nicola,
gonna,
yeah, oh, can I add one thing? Nicola, I sent you a Facebook Messenger post. It has the link with German New Medicine. He lists every single disease our species has, and you click on it and it tells you what trauma created it. So then you can go back and look emotionally, like in your environment, what was happening right before the symptoms showed up, to
Mhm.
bring clues into perceiving whatever happened to you that overwhelmed you, perceive it and find the bright side to it. And then you'll become completely healed too. So that might
Yeah.
interest you as well.
Yeah, yeah. I wrote down like everything you like you were speaking about on the last like a urine therapy class, and it's so great that like we start as a urine therapy class and then we go into aliens and stuff, and like we like own the universe on the end of the talk. So
we do, and the majority of our Zoom call will be around the subject. And yeah, we can digress a couple of times, but we keep pulling it back in.
yeah, a little bit up and down.
Wonderful. So I'd like you to write down questions for your next class.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to like this video again that you're gonna post, and also like through all the other things that they wrote, and then yeah, I'm gonna write other questions, because like I had very crazy questions the last time, but it's like I'm sitting on the bed or something and I'm thinking, and I'm like, oh, I could ask brother this, and then I can write
Well, it's a stream, no pun intended. It's a constant stream of questions until you run out of questions. So just keep letting them bubble up and let's address them.
yeah, that's
All right.
great.
All right. Are we good for now?
Yeah, I mean we talked.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you so much.
Uber on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, brother, then like when is the next one?
The next one is Tuesday, the 13th,
Oh, okay.
and then Friday, the 16th. And basically every Tuesday and Thursday up until June 11th.
Yeah, well, that's good. Yeah, I can imagine
So-
what to be after all. Of course, it's very
If you, let me take off the recording for now.